Hi there, I'm Bernadette Wagner, Community Outreach Coordinator for Hospice of Washington County, and I'm pleased to welcome you to Healing, Hope, and Health today. As you know, this program affords Hospice of Washington County the opportunity to share its mission, explain its services, and highlight donors, staff, and volunteers who make an incredible difference in the lives they serve. I'm really excited about today's first guest for a couple of reasons. First, she's one of those people who generously gives of her time and truly makes a difference. And secondly, this is the first time we've ever had a pet volunteer on our program. It's my pleasure to introduce Ginger Grimm and her dog, Princess P. Ginger joins us to talk about her experience as a Hospice of Washington County pet volunteer, and Princess P joins us to do what she does best, make people happy. Thanks for being here, Ginger.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here, Princess P, too. So, Ginger, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what it's your experience as a pet volunteer and how long you've been doing it.
Okay, well, actually, I've been doing it for over 2 years. And we love it. Princess P looks forward to going to the, she has 2 sisters at home. We actually have 3 rescues. She's a rescue.
Okay.
And she gets so excited when I call her and we leave because I think it makes her feel really special that she gets to go.
Tell us a little bit about her. What's her breed and how much does she weigh and how old is she?
Okay, she's a long-haired Chihuahua, a purebred, and her birthday's actually August the 19th. She'll be 8 years old. Yeah, and we've actually had her now for 3 years.
Okay.
And like I said, she's a rescue.
Now she's sitting on your lap, so she must not be very heavy.
No, 8 pounds.
8 pounds, okay.
Yeah.
What sort of training did you go through as a volunteer? Did you have to go through the regular hospice volunteer training and then the pet?
Right, yes,
Okay.
I did. I went through the hospice training, and you can, it's wonderful because you can do it either over on the computer or you can actually go to hospice and do it there at their office.
And how did you choose to do it?
I chose to go to the office.
Okay.
I'm not really into the computer.
Okay, and then did you get to meet other people who were also volunteering?
Yes, which was so wonderful.
And what was, I don't know anything about the pet volunteer training. What does that encompass?
Okay, well, I had to go for an 8-hour training, just myself, without Princess P.
Okay.
And it was so funny because they brought a therapy dog there, and I had a peanut butter sandwich in my bag. I went to the ladies' room, came back, and their dog had gotten the sandwich out of my bag.
Gosh.
So therapy dogs,
they sometimes are just regular dogs, right?
Exactly, yeah. But I had to go through 8 hours of training, and then after I finished that,
and what
then
did they
she
taught?
went
What
through.
did you learn in that training?
Well, just how to deal with different situations.
Okay.
We did a lot of role playing, which was really good.
And that was helpful to you?
Most definitely.
Did you feel comfortable when you went into your first home, feeling like the training had well prepared you?
I think so. Yeah, I think I was still a little nervous,
Okay.
But no, everything went well, and the training was wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me, what sort of training did Princess P or accreditation did Princess P have to go through?
Well, she actually, they want to make sure they have good manners. And since she was a rescue, I didn't know if she had ever gone through any manner training, and I didn't do anything with her on that. But she actually did everything. She had to sit and wait, and they would have people like on a wheelchair and someone making a lot of noise and just a lot of distractions to see how she dealt with that. And she passed with flying colors. It was amazing.
So she's actually certified to be a pet dog,
right?
A pet volunteer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
And tell me, what makes her a good pet volunteer?
It's just because of her disposition, her spirit. As soon as I got her, my one dog has stress, anxiety, terrible, barks all the time. She would try to act like she was going to bite Princess P, and she would just sit there, la la, I don't hear you, you know.
Right.
And that's just her spirit. I mean, she loves everyone. There is no one she hasn't liked.
Do you visit patients, do you and Princess P visit patients in their home or in hospitals or in facilities?
Yeah, all
three?
All 3,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many patients do you visit each week?
Right now we're visiting 5.
Wow,
yeah.
That's a lot. And how long is a typical visit?
Usually I try to stay about 30 minutes with each person, and we usually go, once a week. And, I spend, normally like 2 hours,
And do the volunteers look forward to seeing both of you?
Oh, my gracious, yes. Yeah, the caregivers, I mean, they just, they're just as happy as the patient,
Okay.
to see us.
And so I imagine both you and Princess P develop a little relationship with the patients and their families.
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
That's
Wonderful.
So you give so much to others. I was wondering, can you articulate what it is that you get out of being a volunteer?
Well, it just to see the smiles on their face, know. And I just hope one day if I'm in that situation that someone will come and bring, a therapy dog for me to love on.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
mean, it seems like they become a part of me, I mean, I'll always remember them,
That's great. That's
It
great.
is.
And would you encourage other people who are pet lovers to maybe get involved?
Oh, most definitely. If they've been given a pet like Princess P with her disposition and her love, most definitely.
They can spread
right.
love.
Yeah, not all pets can do that. Like I
Right.
said, my first dog, she barks all the time, is just full of anxiety. And then we did adopt a third, thinking, well, maybe, I'll have another one. But she's scared to death of everyone. She sits and just shakes,
Oh, that's so funny.
So, but, Princess P, I mean, she is just perfect.
That's
Perfect.
great. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really
Oh,
appreciate
you're
you taking the
welcome.
time to come talk to us.
Thank you.
According to the Animal Behavior Institute, research has validated what every pet owner already knows. Interactions with animals can reduce stress and increase our sense of well-being. I'm grateful to Hospice of Washington County Volunteer Service Team, Lindsay Anderson and Earl Gus, for all they do, but especially for initiating the pet volunteers as a new avenue of service. I'm also grateful to Ginger Grimm and other pet volunteers and their animal partners who cast a ray of sunshine when they visit those with life-limiting illnesses. If you would be interested in learning more about being a pet volunteer, please call Hospice of Washington County and ask for Lindsay Anderson. The number to call is 301-791-6360. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
I'm the hometown favorite.
I'll outsmart you.
I will beat you.
I'll be surrounded by fans cheering me on.
There's no place like home for fighting cancer.
My turf.
My time.
My team.
Expert care, close to home. The John R. Marsh Cancer Center at Meritus Health.
I've been working with Linda McCullum now for 20 years. The people in the office are very knowledgeable of what they do, and they're also very caring and customer-oriented. Our little granddaughter, when she says, "Pappy, I love you," that's just so precious. If I wouldn't have had the hearing aid on, I wouldn't have heard it.
Let McCollum Hearing Center help you rediscover the sounds of your life.
This is our home. It's where we've all decided to put down roots and raise families, not because we had to, because we wanted to. And as a business owner, you pour every ounce of energy into doing what's right for you in this community, and you won't and you don't stop until you get what you want, and neither do we. We're Antietam Cable Productions, and it's time to stand up and be seen and heard. You have a voice, and we'll help you tell your story. Antietam Cable Productions, putting the beat into the heart of your business.
Hi, I am Dr. Olenzak at the Pain and Spine Institute. I specialize in the most advanced procedures and technology available in pain management. At your visits and procedures, you will always see me for continuity of care. I would like to thank all of my patients for allowing me to provide you with the specialized care that you need. To give you this level of care requires a team. This is your team at the Pain and Spine Institute. To become a patient, call 301-739-7900 or go to painfree-md.com.
Welcome back to Healing, Hope, and Health. Hospice of Washington County is proud that it was named Nonprofit of the Year at the 17th Annual Washington County Business Award Ceremony. It received this distinction in recognition of excellence in end-of-life care, grief counseling, volunteer services, and innovative outreach programs. Hospice of Washington County is interested in supporting those in our community throughout life, not just at the end of life. For this reason, hospice frequently partners with other nonprofits that seek to strengthen the community. Our next guest, Major Warren, works at and serves on the Board of Directors for the Community Free Clinic. He joins us today to talk about a shoe drive at the Community Free Clinic in which Hospice of Washington County was pleased to participate. Welcome, Major. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Bernadette, for allowing us this opportunity.
Sure. Can you tell us a little bit about the shoe drive and who benefits internationally and how it comes together and works to fund the Community Free Clinic?
The shoe drive is put on or sponsored by internationally by Funds2Org, and they'll go to countries such as Africa, Ghana, or the continent of Africa, and places like Haiti and Ghana on the continent to create micro businesses for the individuals that are there. The shoes that are qualified, they can go sell them and then make money to support their families.
Okay. And also, do they also use some of those shoes, tear them apart to make, I thought I read on their website that sometimes they use the rubber to make like mats and stuff like that.
That program, and there are a few others, they'll take the shoes that are non-serviceable, people can't wear, and they'll grind them up, and they'll either make some harder shoes for kids to wear, or they'll make something for those individuals in those countries.
Okay.
But how that benefits the clinic, the Community Free Clinic, since the clinic was started in 1990 by Dr. Marty Gallagher, our mission is to provide care to those residents of Washington County who can't afford or don't have medical insurance.
Right.
So we get paid by the pound for the shoes that come in.
Funds2Org pays you all.
Yes, they'll give us 40 cents per pound. So the 15 to 20,000 patients that we see annually at the Free Clinic, that money goes directly to them, to include the teen clinic, which we see the teenagers here in Washington County also.
So you had a goal of collecting how many pounds of shoes?
Well, we had a goal of collecting 100 bags of shoes, at which we put 25 pair of shoes in each. And we exceeded that by getting 100, and as of the 14th of July, we collected 111 bags.
And there's 25 pairs of shoes in each?
25 pairs of shoes.
That's a lot of shoes.
Average weight that I measured was about 30 pounds.
Wow, that's great. And Hospice was really excited to help with this project. Do you know how many pairs of shoes that Hospice actually collected and donated to the Community Free Clinic?
How many shoes you brought in? 253. So that's 10 bags, and then we had to combine the other 3 shoes with some other bags.
Oh, that's great, though. And I did want to mention that some of those shoes came from the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts, which is an organization that uses our Community Life Center, so that worked out really well.
Yes, the good thing about, I know all the shoes that came from Barbara Ingram, those are going to be going directly to someone to sell because they were in excellent condition.
That's great. And are you still collecting shoes, and can interested individuals still drop off shoes?
The shoe drive will be over on the 25th of July.
Okay.
And that's the date that we'll receive the total weight of all the shoes, and then from there they'll issue us a check for the amount.
Before we run out of time, can you tell our viewers about any upcoming events that you have going on at the Community Free Clinic?
Well, some events that we have going on through the end of this year. One of them is on the 27th of August, the Volvo is sponsoring a run. That's a 5K run. All those proceeds will go to support the Community Free Clinic. There is another event, the Harvest Hoedown, that's 1 October, where the Community Free Clinic will go out and dress up folks in the Scarecrow section. We have another event, the Potter's Bowl, which is going to be 6 November, and the potters around the county will sell the pots that they make, and that funds goes to us. That's held at the Elks Lodge, and the Elks is doing a bingo bonanza on the 18th of September, and that'll support money will go to the Free Clinic.
So interested viewers who want to support the Community Free Clinic could look at your website, right?
They can look in the website, they can donate there, and one of the big things that we like to get out is all of our money comes from donations and grants, nothing from the federal government.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for inviting.
I'm so grateful to Major for joining us today and for the services the Community Free Clinic provides to our community. I'm also proud to work for Hospice of Washington County, an organization that believes our community will be as strong as we are when we're working together. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
People don't realize it takes a lot to care for a family member in your home. John's dad was very headstrong, so I think that was a lot for him to get over and try to come to terms with that he had terminal illness. I would recommend everybody to get hospice involved at the get-go. When you first learn about it, get it set up. It's going to make it, I mean, it's terrible what you're going through already, but it's going to make it easier for you in the long run because we couldn't have done it without them.
Call Hospice today. Hospice of Washington County, when time matters most.
This is our home. It's where we've all decided to put down roots and raise families, not because we had to, because we wanted to. And as a business owner, you pour every ounce of energy into doing what's right for you in this community, and you won't and you don't stop until you get what you want, and neither do we. We're Antietam Cable Productions, and it's time to stand up and be seen and heard. You have a voice, and we'll help you tell your story. Antietam Cable Productions, putting the beat into the heart of your business.
I've been working with Linda McCullum now for 20 years. The people in the office are very knowledgeable of what they do, and they're also very caring and customer oriented. Our little granddaughter, when she says, "Pappy, I love you," that's just so precious. If I wouldn't have had the hearing aid on, I wouldn't have heard it.
Let McCollum Hearing Center help you rediscover the sounds of your life.
From the smallest item of jewelry to the largest ceramic elephant, every 10,000 Villages handcrafted product makes a remarkable journey.
All over the world, our products travel similar paths, over thousands of miles and years of artistic tradition. Our handcrafted gifts represent work that builds villages and sustains souls. They are the dream of a better life made real. Every product is a miracle.
Welcome back to Healing, Hope, and Health. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of the Robert W. Johnson Center, Ms. Karen Cook. Karen is a jack of all trades at the center, writing grant proposals, supervising staff, developing programs, and guiding the children who attend both the after-school and summer camp program. Karen joins us today to talk about a unique partnership that is helping to spread the word about programs offered at the Hagerstown Community Life Center and enriching the experience for the RWJCC campers at the same time. Welcome, Karen. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure. So before we talk about the program we did this week, can you first tell our viewers a little bit about the Robert W. Johnson Community Center summer camp, how many campers, what the ages, that kind of thing?
Wow. Robert W. Johnson Summer Camp Program. As of today, we have 94 children enrolled.
Wow.
We have 84 on site. The rest will be joining us next week.
Okay.
The summer camp program is lively. They start out in the morning with breakfast and they head over to Wheaton Park for outdoor activities and team building exercises, and they come back to the center for lunch and do swimming, gardening, character counts program. They are working on a STEM program facilitated by Boy Scout volunteers. Wow, they're all over the place.
It's a lot of fun, though, right?
Yes, it is.
That's
yes,
great. So, Karen, this summer, a group of wellness providers were offering a 3-week program at our Hagerstown Community Life Center.
Yes.
And the first program was this past week, and you brought a lot of kids to the center. So you want to talk about what they did and what the kids' reactions were?
First of all, it was such a pleasure to be in the company of these youth. As the executive director, I don't get much interaction with the kids, so being with them was the highlight of my day.
That's great.
And when I explained to them that we were going to be talking about smells, they instantly tuned into every smell around them. So the walk from the parking lot to your center was quite interesting. And to see them engaged, so engaged in the program itself. We were talking about the different smells and the different effects that different oils could have for the sensory.
And I thought Jennifer Silbert, the leader, did a great job talking about the benefits of essential oils and how they both calm and stimulate kids.
Yes. I can tell you that our kids went back to the garden and found peppermint. And some of them have taken them home and talked to their parents about it.
That's great. That's great. And how many kids, did we have 7 or 8 kids?
We had 6 kids come this Wednesday, and we're looking at another 8 next week.
Okay. Yeah. Will the same children come next week? Okay. And so next week's program is going to be on positive benefits of positive thinking, I think.
Correct.
Yeah,
I can
so-
tell you that the 6 kids we brought, their word of mouth has encouraged 2 others to come, so we may need a bigger room.
Okay, all right, well, maybe we can work on that. And then later in the summer, we're going to have Damon Albert from South Point Fitness is going to be doing a martial arts clinic, so we'll have to see how many come for that as well. That's great. So this was a different reaction for the kids, but did they overall enjoy it?
Oh yes, most definitely.
That's
Like I said, they've been buzzing about it since Wednesday.
That's great. So I have to ask you, in the news recently, there's been a report that the Robert W. Johnson received $50,000 from the state, thanks to our local delegation.
Yes.
And another $25,000 from the Fletcher Foundation, both for capital campaigns.
That is correct.
So congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank you.
exciting. But it also is a challenge to you and the board of directors there at the center because they need to raise $25,000 in matching funds.
That is correct.
So can you tell us how you're going to do that?
Yes, we have been silently under the radar until we could officially announce the bond bill. Selling raffle tickets for a 2016 Chevrolet Malibu LT. Ticket prices are 1 for $20, 6 for $100, and these ticket sales will go on until they're all sold out. We printed 3,000 tickets.
So it's a pretty good chance that you could win.
It's a pretty good chance you
And
could
how much
win.
are the tickets?
Tickets are, again, $20 for one, 6 for $100.
Okay.
And we will be at several locations throughout Hagerstown for the rest of the summer. This week, mainly at the Ag Center. We will also be at the Wind Down Friday events between now and Labor Day. We'll be downtown for the Gay Pride Parade tomorrow. We plan to hit City Park, Wheaton Park every Sunday for our basketball league.
Where did you get this car? How did we come to the...
Well, one of our staff members brought a car at Hoffman Chevrolet, and she talked to them about fundraising ideas. And the general manager said, "Hey, I'll donate a car. You sell tickets, and we'll raffle off a car."
So a big thanks to Hoffman Chevrolet.
Great big thanks to Hoffman Chevrolet. And I'd like to add that along with the chance to win the car, the winner has the option of a $15,000 cash option.
So if they don't want the car,
If they don't want the car, they can get $15,000 cash.
All for one $20 ticket?
All for one $20 ticket.
Is there a phone number if somebody's interested?
301-790-0203.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here, Karen.
All right.
I'm grateful to Karen for so many things, for being with us today, for her work at the Robert W. Johnson Community Center, and for her willingness to work on raising funds to improve the center and better serve the community. But she can't do it alone. In fact, she can't even do it with the help of the board of directors. She needs the community. She needs your help. I guarantee you that if you purchase a raffle ticket, you will definitely be a winner. You may not be a winner of the car, but you will be a winner in the game of life, knowing that you've helped make our community better and stronger. If you want to purchase a raffle ticket, call RWJCC at 301-790-0203. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Arbors Carson Jewelers has been your community jeweler for over 110 years. We have the region's largest selection of diamonds, designer jewelry, including bridal, gold, and silver fashion jewelry, and fine Swiss timepieces. We strive to combine quality, expert personal attention, and affordable financing to create an exceptional shopping experience aimed at exceeding your expectations. At Carson's Jewelers, there's something for everyone that will bring a smile to that someone special in your life.
I'm the hometown favorite.
I'll outsmart you.
I will beat you.
I'll be surrounded by fans cheering me on.
There's no place like home for fighting cancer.
My turf.
My time.
My team.
Expert care, close to home. The John R. Marsh Cancer Center at Meritus Health.
From the smallest item of jewelry to the largest ceramic elephant, every 10,000 Villages handcrafted product makes a remarkable journey.
All over the world, our products travel similar paths, over thousands of miles and years of artistic tradition. Our handcrafted gifts represent work that builds villages and sustains souls. They are the dream of a better life made real. Every product is a miracle.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man.
I've known a few women like you.
Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me.
You know the oldest lie in America is that power can be innocent.
Rent Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice now. Digital customers, tune to Channel 1 to get started.
People don't realize it takes a lot to care for a family member in your home. John's dad was very headstrong, so I think that was a lot for him to get over and try to come to terms with that he had terminal illness. I would recommend to everybody to get hospice involved at the get-go. When you first learn about it, get it set up. It's going to make it, I mean, it's terrible what you're going through already, but it's going to make it easier for you in the long run because we couldn't have done it without them.
Call Hospice today. Hospice of Washington County, when time matters most.
Welcome back to Healing, Hope, and Health. It's my pleasure to introduce Lori Conley, who joins us today to speak about her participation in mindfulness meditation, the Hagerstown Community Life Center's longest-running volunteer-led program. Mindfulness meditation, which is led by James McGee, owner of Regenerate Float Spa on West Washington Street, stresses the importance of being aware of the present and letting go of things that cannot be controlled. Welcome, Lori. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Lori, you've attended more sessions of mindfulness meditation than anyone else. Why have you made attending this class a priority?
Because with my medical history and with my lifestyle with my children, it has taught me skills to de-stress and made an amazing accomplishment, medically speaking, for me.
So when you first started taking this class, you were on several different medications to help control stress. And how has it impacted, how has it improved your life?
It's improved my life because I was on heavy-duty narcotics to control pain. They were considering the amount of stress I had. My cortisol levels were so high that they were talking to NIH and University of Virginia to do neurological surgery on me for Cushing's syndrome, in which for over 10 years my cortisol levels were elevated, and they're now within normal limits.
And you attribute that to your meditation
I attribute
practice?
it 100% to your outlook on life, which James has taught.
That's great. And do you practice meditation and relaxation outside of class as well?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And James gives you permission to do it however you're comfortable at. You don't have to buy any special equipment or do it in a certain spot for a certain length of time, or he calls it dropping in.
Dropping in on your life.
You just drop in, and sometimes when I'm getting acupuncture, I just lay there and just meditate at the same time, and it's just a different outlook on life. It's how you choose to respond to your life versus your life running you.
That's great. That's great. And can you give us an example or tell us a story about how your life is different now since you started meditation practice?
Well, after Snow Blizzard 2016, I had an appointment at Walter Reed, and they said to stay off the freeways because there was overturned trucks. And so I left at 4 in the morning and got on 355 and took 4 hours to get to my doctor's appointment, and just turned the music up and sang and enjoyed being stuck behind a snow removal truck the whole time.
And so you arrived stress-free?
Oh, yeah. No, I just sang and just enjoyed the snow on the trees. And it sounds kind of goofy, but it's what works for me. And
right.
And you just kind of have to let it go.
And would you recommend mindfulness meditation to others?
To anybody and everybody, no matter what level of stress you think you have in your life. It's usually more than what you realize.
Okay. And one last question. Do your children and your spouse feel, do they notice a difference in you?
They have. They have. I've tried to convince my kids, because they're adults, to come down with me. But I'm an old-fashioned California fruit, nut, and flake, and I'm open to anything and everything. And I thoroughly enjoy James and his outlook as being a young person with an old spirit.
That's great. Well, thanks for being here today, Lori.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to thank Lori for joining us today and encourage all of you to join her and instructor James McGee at the next 5-week session of mindfulness meditation, which will began this past Monday and will continue on July 18th. The classes are held at Hospice of Washington County's Hagerstown Community Life Center, located at 20 West Washington Street on the 3rd floor. In our culture, with ever-constant cell phone calls, texts, tweets, and emails, it is hard to find silence, but it can be done. It takes practice, and it's easier when practiced with others. According to a well-known German proverb, silence is a fence around wisdom. Learn to be silent so you can tap into your inner wisdom. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time for Healing, Hope, and Health, and maybe even at the next class of mindfulness meditation.